Do you see that as an expanding notion with the further reflection on Laudato Si in light of our Pope taking Francis's name?
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, just the fact that he wrote this means this is near and dear to his heart. I think he's also coming from a perspective from a country that is corrupt, and I mean, he had personal experience of how a corrupt government destroys the environment, and how the destruction of environment and the power of a corrupt government also destroys the lives of people. So I think partially that's his life experience is coming, is coming out of that framework, and that's why he wrote this. But he also, as he looks at the whole world, I mean, I think, and it's something that's really, he really. It's not something that's been talked about a lot, I mean, in the sense, but I think he's really wanted to bring it out to the forefront, because society is being destroyed. I mean, the environment is being destroyed in many ways throughout the whole world. So.
The other thing, I work with colleagues who are single people, and they adopt. And I was in light of mother-father ideal, male, female, married as parents to the most vulnerable children. Is there a notion about that single parent adoption?
Well, certainly, we're grateful that the child was available for adoption, first of all, and there was somebody desiring to love this child who has no home. Obviously, I believe that a single. We have single parent single parent households all over the country, not just with adopted children, but with their natural children. I mean, that's just part of our culture. Is it the ideal? No, but it's certainly the love of a parent obviously has a very profound impact on the child and the moral values in which the child grows up with, and so. The ideal is a child growing up in a family with a mother and a father. That's the ideal. Although we don't live in an ideal world. And so what's important, I think, is this child being loved by someone who wants them.
I've worked with young people in juvenile court, particularly in Kansas City, Missouri. And one thing that happens with individuals under the age of 18 that get in trouble and don't have any family support or relatives to assist them, they get sent to a reform school or a juvenile detention center, and if nobody comes forth to help them while they're there, they get transferred to prison. There are a lot of young people who got in trouble under the age of 18 with no support. They got sent to juvenile detention centers and consequently a one-way ticket to the big house. And they're probably still there with people not even knowing that they're there or even caring. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm. I've not been involved with prison systems too much, but I believe that, and sometimes the ones I have, I think prison systems need to do a better.
With young people that are picked up in ghetto situations, and they're in their cells, swinging from the chandeliers like monkeys. Have you ever seen that?
I have not, no.
They're wild youngsters.
Having heard what you said about the importance of being part of the legislative process, how important do you consider it that the diocese have a presence in our state, or in other places where legislators convene and make law?
Well, I think it's important that we do have a presence in some way. I know we haven't done so much the last few years, but I do feel that it's important that we do have a presence. The bishop in Sioux Falls and I, we have begun a conversation about establishing a Catholic conference in the state of South Dakota, and so we're just kind of in infancy conversation about that, but I think that would be a big help, especially as we move forward with many of the issues that are present in our culture and our society today.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing you can do with it. Wrestling them to the floor.
There's a question here.
Not really a question as much as what Rosemary is talking about, I think, is a sign of the breakdown of the family. And, this is reflected in a lot of different ways in our society, but it also contributes to a lot of the problems that we see.
I would agree. I think the breakdown of the family has created a lot of problems in our society today. Anything else? Thank you.